All right, everybody, we're back with more questions on Trap Talk here. Again, email us at askus@traptalkpodcast.com. And this next question is coming in from Rob. And Rob says, hey, guys, love the podcast. Question for you. Could someone be competitive and consistent with a semi-automatic at a competitive level? So I think the question here from Rob is he's got a semi-auto. Is that something he could be competitive with at trap shoots? So.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Our greatest shooter of all time, Leo Harrison III, used to shoot a Remington 1100. It's just their automatics can break down easier than over and unders, but depends on how you take care of them.
Right.
I mean, you look in the other game, even sporting clays. A lot of people shoot automatics in sporting more than trap, I think, now. But Anthony Matarese, world champion sporting shooter, he shot a Beretta A400 or 391 for years. A lot of them did. So in trap, absolutely. Just make sure that everything's running good. Make sure you got a shell catcher on there. I know there's some clubs don't allow you to shoot an automatic unless you have a shell catcher on it.
I think it's an ATA rule at this point, right?
Is it? And here's the deal. As long as the gun fits you, I don't care what you're shooting.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Rick here. Obviously Absolutely. Leo, the number one with the 1100, but two people that I can think of that had great success with it were one, Darrow Handy. I mean, he shot an 1100 also, and then Mike Mazzucci out of California. He won the doubles championship. He won a ring, and both of those were semi-auto shooters. Darrow with the 1100. Mike shot a Beretta. I believe he shot a 303 or a 302 model. 303 older model Beretta. But, that being said, there's benefits to it, right? I mean, especially in doubles, he would say, well, we had less recoil, which less recoil would help, shooting the stain in the gun. I think you can do, moneymaker ribs, you can do adjustable stocks, you can do all these things. And the one thing,
can't do moneymaker anymore. They're not in business, I don't think.
They're out there. They're floating on trapshooters.com. I mean, you can find all this stuff out there in the used market space if you want. I think Add-On Rib has some cool stuff. And that being said, the downside I would say is, does it cycle? I mean, that would be my first concern. Is it cycling properly? My second concern would be in doubles, you can't get away from shooting shells on the other guy. So you're going to have to find a group of guys that are going to be okay with you shooting a semi-automatic.
There is
a kicker.
Listen, there is a deflector.
A kicker,
put on.
It kicks it out forward or it kicks it out to the side. But, I've shot with guys that have had I've shot with those on guns, and I've had guys shoot on squads with those. And even though it does deflect, sometimes it deflects it right into the voice call or deflects it right into my shoe or deflects it.
Right, it pings the microphone and then it's sending birds.
And also another problem would be, okay, when are you loading it, right? Because a lot of guys that don't know, they're loading it right before someone goes to shoot and it's throwing off the voice call.
Sending birds.
Make sure you're hitting.
Know how to use it. Yeah.
I shot a semi-automatic for a little bit of time, and I'd always make sure to hit the button right when they're calling pull, so their target was in the air and they're getting ready to shoot. And I usually do it like two guys in front of me, so it wasn't the one guy next to me hearing it go off right when he calls pull, right? So you've got to have more etiquette. You've got to think about it. I think it's a little bit more of an etiquette job to shoot a semi-automatic. But as far as being able to break the target, 100% you can break the target with one of those. I mean, you can put some punishment on a target with a semi-automatic platform shotgun, no problem.
Yeah.
I personally like the ease of use of over-unders and combos because they're easy to clean. Usually they don't break down other than like a trigger issue, right? And for me, as much as I shoot, I want simple and easy. I don't want to worry about cleaning gas ports and taking the thing apart. I mean, I don't. All I do to clean a gun is I wipe it off and I run something through the barrels and maybe use a little bit of towel on the receiver and wipe. That's my idea of cleaning it, not pulling it all apart every night and cleaning every part of it. I mean, it just seems like it would cut into my bourbon, cigar, and steak time.
Well, we don't want to do that. So
No.
Priorities here, folks. Priorities.
Yeah,
Priorities.
Got to have it. So I think to answer the question though from Rob, to be competitive, some of the greats have been competitive with their semis, so
Absolutely.
that's not a problem. And maybe you start
Yep.
there, you're competitive, and then everyone at the gun club is going, well, Rob just beat us with his, 1100. So I guess, I guess it's the shooter, not the gun. So
It's
keep
the
them
arrow,
clean,
not the
keep
Indian.
them.
Or it's the Indian,
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
arrow.
Keep it working.
That's what I said.
Keep it clean.
Yep.
And have good etiquette. Don't throw your shells at the shooter next to you. Don't set off the microphones. But you can
Make
definitely
sure it
be
fits you.
competitive. Yeah.
You'll be just fine. Absolutely.
Awesome. Perfect. Rob, thank you again for the question. And as always, email us at askus@traptalkpodcast.com. Get your questions into us, and we'll get these two guys to give you the answers. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.